Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday night. It's Friday night, it's organ music night, and tonight we are starting with chat and a picture. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the latest organ for the wonderful world of Hauptwerk. This is the instrument, the Aeolian-Skinner instrument found in the Washington Hebrew congregation. There's a bit of a mouthful you've never heard before. Now we're going to be coming back to those screens during this evening's performance while we have a dig around at this wonderful new organ. Now, to keep things very fresh, I have not actually really done much with this organ. I loaded it up the other day. I'll tell you all about the ins and outs of it coming up soon. I loaded it up the other day, made sure it just worked, put everything in the right manuals, in the right position, all that kind of stuff. And then I didn't play any music on it, so I haven't heard this organ yet. So we're going to hear it together for the first time tonight, which I think is very exciting. I'm going to do this from now on because I do think... Can you hear me, by the way? You're all chatting about all the silly stuff in the chat. I'm going to do this from now on when we get a new organ. I'm not going to play around with it before. So I have no registrations changed. You can see nothing is happening here. I can show you that. I can prove that to you. Hold on, get my screen on. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, actually, let me quickly get rid of that. Check these things. See, those little buttons are moving up and down. See that? See that? And nothing is changing. There are no registrations moving. So I have not saved any registrations. Nothing. This is all new. So this is a 3-manual, 60-something stop organ from the Aeolian-Skinner company from the 1950s. Installed in the Washington Hebrew congregation building, a wonderful grand building. I don't even know if it has an acoustic. Hold on, did I check? Did I remember to do? Yes, I did. Okay, I remembered to change that, and I remembered to change that. Perfect. Right. Let's start with the big stuff, shall we? We have a tuba down on the choir. Ooh, nice. I like it. That's a big tuba. I like it a lot. On the great manual, we have a trompette en chamade. Ooh, I like the tuning. Well done. Nicely out of tune. I like that. And not much of an acoustic. I'm guessing in the building there are lots of carpets and curtains and furnishings that soak up all the sound. I like that though, big fruity chamades, like that. Right, up on the swell we have a lot of reeds. We have a beautiful oboe, hopefully. Oh yeah. A nice oboe there. That's a nice oboe. We have a trumpet. A trompette, sorry, to give it its French spelling. There's a 16-foot bombard and a 4-foot clairon. All of those lovely big swell reeds. Ooh. I like. We have a Vox Humana, we'll come to that later. Now, down in the pedals, we have a big ophicleide, 16... Big farty ophicleide, I like that. We have the bombard from the swell, which means it's swellable. I quite like that idea. There's an 8-foot trumpet, which is, oh, very fruity. Clairon 4. 8, 4, and 16. And there's a contrabombard 32. Ooh, nice. There's some nice reeds there. Now, this is a Skinner, an Aeolian-Skinner, so we're going to expect soft sounds. Where shall we start? We have, we have a viol de gambe on the swell with a viol celeste. Let's add to that a 16-foot, let's add to that a bourdon and a bourdon 32. Let's get the swell to pedal down. Check this out. This should be very soft and gentle. Swell strings. Lovely. Oh, that's rather lovely, isn't it? There's going to be, there are swell 16 and 4-foot octave couplers, so we've got all the strings now. Oh, perfect. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We have a flute and a flute celeste, which I'm guessing is going to be yummy, yummy. Check this out. I love a flute celeste. This should be the most gorgeous, shimmery sound. It is. Oh, that's lovely. Very gentle. You can hear the little one downstairs. She's not in bed yet. That's lovely. Let's add the 4-foot coupler to that. Nice. Ooh, Anonymous is asking the question in the chat already. Does this organ have any reverberation acoustic? No, this is the reverberation in the building. American church buildings, furnishings, and zero acoustic. It's the thing they do. You could add some false reverberation to it, but I wouldn't want to. Here's the strings and the flute celeste. Okay, we're definitely going to be having fun with those sounds. Down in the choir, we also have something called an unda maris, which already has a 2. Oh, yes. This is on this choir division. Nice. We have something called, in fact, I can show you the screen, can't I? Is that the screen? No. Is that the screen? No. Is that the screen? Yes, there's the screen, right. Can you read this? I have something called down here, a viola pomposa. A pompous violin with a celeste. Oh, wow. Nice. I don't think the unda maris is going to cut through that. Barely. Let's add an 8-foot flute to it. No, let's not. Full strings in the choir. And of course that's enclosed in a box. That's lovely. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. Let's get all of that coupled down to the choir. So let's have that. And that. So that's choir strings, flute celeste, choir strings, swell, flute celeste. Open the swell box first. See that opening up? Now we'll open up the choir. Yeah, gorgeous sounds there with all the celeste stuff. I suppose we can add the undermaris for the fun of it. If I now add the, hold on, yes I can. I can take the swell to choir down at different octaves. Let's just add the octave first. Same thing with the choir. One's nice and big now. Now that's fun. Let's add the vox humana with the tremulant and see if we can get some... Oh wow, listen to that. The tremulant makes quite a noise. Ooh. It's all there. Okay. It's a very subtle vox humana. Okay, fair enough. I quite like that. I like that a lot. Let's look at the fun stuff now. We have something called a chromo one. Which is kind of what's it? A clarinet, I suppose. Let's have something normal here. Yeah, we have an English horn 16, which is very quiet. Add a tremulant to it. I'm not convinced by that. Let's have some. Oh, there's a 4-foot rohe Schalmei. Oh, we can have some jazzy fun with that. Yeah, we can have fun with that. Actually, we could have fun with the tuba as well, couldn't we? Let's just bump up the accompaniment. Oh, that's a big bass down there. We like that. I like it. We have a crescendo pedal. Oh, bloody hell, that's a big sound. Yeah, I'm impressed. So we can do jazz on it. Let's see what else we can do on it. Actually, let's see. What does the crescendo do? The crescendo works quite well. Let's try something just using the crescendo pedal. I don't normally do that, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, the crescendo pedal doesn't show you what's coming on, so let me quickly get rid of that. Here's a piece of music. Yeah, I like that. Let me tell you about something. Let me tell you something about our friend from Coral Pipes. A couple of weeks ago, a young man named Joshua reached out to me, and he asked me if I would like to present a new instrument. And this new instrument is this. It's this wonderful three-manual Skinner organ, Aeolian-Skinner. I've got to get that right. Cheers, everybody. The Aeolian-Skinner organ from the Washington Hebrew congregation. Now, Coral Pipes. Have we heard of Coral Pipes before? Well, I have, but I'm not sure that everybody else has. Coral Pipes, this is a young guy. Now, I know he's a young guy because he is a sophomore up in Harvard, Cambridge, Massachusetts. He's up in Harvard studying. We're not sure what you said. Joshua, are you in the chat? If you're in the chat, say hi, and then we can ask you some questions. I hope you're in the chat. That would be good fun, because then we can ask you some questions about all this. Now, this is his third instrument. There are two other instruments he sampled before, much smaller. There he is. Coral Pipes is in the chat. Hello, Coral Pipes. Lovely that you're there. This is your third instrument, correct? Although if you read the blurb on the website, he did want to sample quite a different instrument to get it all going, but that didn't kind of work out. Am I right in saying this is now the largest instrument you've sampled so far? Rather delicious indeed. Now, I know all about the technicalities of creating sample sets myself these days because I've spent the better part of the last year almost now putting together a sample set of my own. And it's very, very difficult. I think Coral Pipes, Joshua, you will agree with me. It's very, very difficult to get it to sound authentic. Now, I'm lucky because the church I'm doing, it's my little church here, it has a natural reverberation. So that sort of gives you, well, it adds its own problems, but it does actually take away a lot of problems. And this kind of acoustic, where it's very, very dry, as you can hear, it's actually more difficult to get the tails of the pipes. And what do the tails mean? Well, you know, when you play a note, it creates a waveform. We're doing the digital thing now. And when you release that, the waveform dies away. And if you have a little bit of an acoustic, then you've got some room to play with. But if you don't have any acoustic to play with, you have absolutely no room to play with whatsoever. And the cut off is pretty severe. And to get that to clean up nicely and to sound natural is very, very difficult. And Joshua, you've done a very, very good job. This is rather lovely indeed. Now, we're going to play around with some more of the soft sounds. Like I say, this is the first time I've even touched the organ. So, you know, I'm just learning all about it as we go along here. I'm very impressed with the reed sounds. I think the reed sounds are absolutely amazing, particularly the swell reeds. Wow. I like that a lot. That's a good, fruity, sort of Frenchy sound. And they've given them French names. It's rather nice. Now, I did notice when we were up on full organ that some of the mixtures are hilariously out of tune. And thank you for not cleaning them up. Which ones were very badly out of tune? It was these guys. No, they're all right, so it must have been these guys down here. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's pretty nicely. That's quite an interesting one. Okay, so that's a 2-foot mixture. I'm going to say that's a 1 1/3, just at a guess. But both of them together, let's add a sort of a bit of principal chorus. Nicely out of tune. Oh, nice. Yes, I like that. Thank you for leaving it out of tune. So we'll look at the other principal choruses. It's not very American, is it? that's sort of neo-baroque, really. That's weird, in a good way. Couple, where are my couplers then? Let's get rid of that, try that. Yeah, yes. Let's add some stuff here, couple that down. I don't know, is this going to work? It is. Oh my goodness, I like that. What have we got down here? We have... that would kind of work. You know, that works as well. It does. It all really rather nicely works. Okay. Can I play Bach on it? I won't be able to remember this. I can't remember the rest. Couldn't even remember that. It would work, wouldn't it? We need a reed though. It would work. It would work. I'm not a Bach player at all, and I never want to be. So yeah, but it does it all, doesn't it? Yeah. Yes. To the lovely solo stuff. Let's have a look. We've already had a look at the bits and bobs there. What else do we have in the way of solos? We have this 4-foot thing on the pedals. That could be a nice solo for something. Let's see what we can do with this. No, we don't want that. Let's just have those. Actually, let's have that. Yeah, that's a nice solo stop. Sorry, some of my pedals aren't working properly at the moment. This one sticks from time to time. See, I'm trilling and it's not doing it very nicely. And down here, one of them is so loose, you just have to fart in its general direction and it starts playing. It's you've got to be very careful. I may have to adjust my pedals. I may have to replace my pedals. I'm not sure yet. Flutes. I love flutes. Let's have a look at them. We have a dolce, a flauto dolce it's going to be called. That's the swell box fully opened. Here's the corde de nuit on the choir. Very soft. A raw floater, that sounds very German. Ah. We have a concert flute down here. Let me pop that back on so you can see what I'm doing. We only have a bourdon on the grate. Oh! It's quite big. There's a Gemshorn. If you add both of those together, you're going to get a soft principal sound. Actually, it's almost like a quinta day now. Here then is the principal 8-foot. Very bright, isn't it? I like that. If we have all the 8-foots on the choir, kind of gives us a soft mixture, soft principal, but not quite. Here's a, I'm guessing a Großprinzipal. It's written in German, so it's going to be Großprinzipal here. Nice echo. Yeah, that does work, those three as a little sort of principal thing down there. Nice. Okay, we have a 4-foot flute harmonique on the grid. Cute, I like. We of course have a 4-foot flute down here. I'm guessing it's going to work with this. Yeah. 2-foot flute. Get rid of the 4. A Sif floater. That's there should be 3 Fs in that. Sif floater. Having said that, not in the 1950s. The German spelling reformation that we had about, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago now, it demanded that that should be, if Sif floater, there would be 3 Fs in that. Sif, S-I-F-F, and then the word floater. Schifffahrt is another one. You get 3 Fs, and oh, it's very bizarre. 8 and 1 is always cute. That's always very cute. I like it. So we have flutes 8, 4, 2 and 1. And I'm guessing the 2 and 2/3 and 1 and 3/5 are also fluty based. Sort of like a cornet. Yeah, nice, cute. There's a 3 rank cimbo. to go along with it. Nice. Cute. I like it a lot. What do we have up here? We have our 8-foot flute again, a 4-foot flute, and a 2-foot. It's quite interesting. On the swell department, we've got a mixture of French and German, which is kind of weird. So that we've got the octavin, the 2-foot, which is a French 2-foot. But the 4-foot and the 8-foot flutes are a Waldflöte and a Rohrflöte, both German in spelling and style. So that's kind of weird. I suppose, though, if we have a... I do like the oboe. That's... Add the 4-foot flute. Just brightens it up. Yeah, nice. Trumpet is very good. Trumpet 8 and 4. 16, 8 and 4. Much niceness. I think we need a piece of music to try this out. Let's have some music by George Friedrich Handel, because it's one of the only things I can sort of memorize. Let's have, not quite full organ, but pretty much. Let's have that. We need, oh no, sorry, hold on. What am I doing? Where's my swell? Great. That's weird. Swell's a bit cracked. Okay, on the grate we need that. And down here, what shall we have? We'll have a sort of a... Yeah, that'll do. Here's a piece of Handel. It's a big sound when you get it going, isn't it? I like that. I think that's about it. I think that's pretty much full organ there. Would you ever add the tuba to full organ? Full organ without the tuba. It's a big sound, isn't it? I wonder if we were to add a tiny bit of reverberation, what would happen? Now this is cheating. This is not something you would normally do. Actually, no, I'm not going to give you away my secrets here, am I? So let's let's add. Oh yeah, you can hear that already. Let's just add a tiny bit of that reverberation, and I mean just a tiny bit. That might do it. Just a tiny bit of reverberation. Let's see if it makes a difference. Microphone should have been on. Damn it, sorry, the microphone should have been on. I was adding a bit of secret sauce there. A tiny bit of reverberation in the background. I hope you don't mind me playing around. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. It's that. That's what I wanted. There's not a lot of reverberation there. Let me leave it on for a bit. Can't really hear it in the quiet stuff, can you? Weird, man, weird. But I love it, I love it. Not the organ weird, the acoustic. Nice. All right, let's play some music that fits this instrument. Our Coral Pipes friend, Joshua, are you still in the chat? If you are, somebody was asking earlier, and I'm not sure if anyone answered it, what's the difference between a synagogue and a Hebrew congregation? That's a very good question. Is it one and the same thing, or is it something different? And yeah, I don't know. Can we have an explanation? Did we have an explanation? I suppose we have to go and check out the website of the building in question. I'm going to bump up the bass. I'm going to add that. I'm now going to bump up the swell. We're going to have a lot of stuff here. We're going to have the great... Actually, let's have that. Let's have that. And that. What should we have down here? We need the tuba, really. On its own, though. And we need that. Okay, let's have a piece of music by a composer who may actually at some point in his lifetime have visited the the Washington Hebrew congregation. You never know. That works, doesn't it? I like it. Joshua, I like it a lot. This is a really, really fine instrument, and you've done a really rather wonderful job of sampling it. Very nice indeed. You could have a lot of fun with this. As far as I know, it's just a stereo sample set. Am I correct? Oh, look, there we are. Where's my screen? There's my screen. There's a picture of the building in question. So there we are. We just found out it is a synagogue, but it's called the Washington Hebrew Congregation. Now, if you look around here, there is no organ facade. I'm guessing the pipes are hidden in behind there. Is that right, Joshua? I'm guessing the pipes are hidden in there. There's the console there. There's a grand piano in front of the console. That's quite nice. But that's definitely the organ console there, I'm guessing. Right next to the emergency exit. That's a good idea. And I'm guessing because of the shape of this, that's like hiding the organ pipes in behind there. Is that right? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. It's a difficult, admittedly, it's kind of got a concert hall look to it. So it's kind of like a concert organ. But yeah, check this out, folks. Comfortable chairs, carpets. Comfortable chairs and carpets are not good for, and there's definitely wallpaper on those walls. I can see it even in that picture. That window would do some nice reverberations for us, but the organ is not facing it. I'm guessing there's not much of a window on this side. Is that right? But these, you know, that movement up there, that should carry some of the sound. Yeah, nice building. It'd be nice. It'd be worth going and checking it out, I suppose. My great uncle was Jewish, so I suppose that's close enough. Does that count? Does that count? Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Good, good, good. The pipes are in the ceiling above the altar. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, right. So no, let's go back to that picture again. Sorry. Oh, wow. So the pipes are in the ceiling above the altar, all up here, like a cinema organ, up in the proscenium, as it were. Pipes are in the ceiling above the altar. The console in that photo is an Allen from the 1980s. Oh, well, we can burn that. And the Aeolian-Skinner console is behind the woodwork at the front of the room. So sort of in here or something like that, hidden away. Does it sort of, do these open up and the organ comes out like a theatre organ? That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Okay, so I'm guessing, does the organ get used much? That would be a good question. Would that count? Does it get used much, the organ? I hope so, because it's a good instrument. I hope it does. Yeah, I like it. All right, worth checking out. Something definitely very, very different. It's not used much outside of High Holy Days. I'm imagining it. Now, like I said earlier, I'm doing sample set stuff as well. So this kind of stuff fascinates me. This is absolutely wonderful. This fascinates me rather a lot. That is a very high definition image of the console. There's even the organist's shoes down there in the corner, which is amazing. And look, he's got, look at this, look at that movement there. When I move the swell pedals, you can see the light reflecting. Now that's attention to detail. I like that. We've got light reflecting off the keys and, oh yes, look. As I press the keys and the pedals, they move. Well, they don't move, but they... You can see everything moving there. Do the stops move? The stops don't move. Aha. Okay. The couplers don't move. Oh, that's cool though. Look at that. That's all good. I like it. Well done. Nice. Nice attention to detail. I like it a lot. That's very good. There's even a spot of dust on the console there coming through. That's good. I like that kind of thing. That's very, very exciting. Crescendo pedal moves. Yep, everything moves. Okay. Nice. Oh, look, it even lights up when I've got the crescendo on, even the tiniest bit. That's good. Attention to detail. Yes, definite. Definite kind of stuff. Now, let's head on over to Choral Pipe's website. And have you opened up the organ? Is the organ now available? Yes, it is. It's available. The organ is available. There are pictures of it, rather lovely, and we can go and buy it. And ladies and gentlemen, it only costs $199. Worth it? Yes, definitely. Go and buy it. If you're interested in having a nice Skinner sound, it's not your typical American Skinner sound, I'll give you that. It's not the typical sound, but it is very, very nice indeed. It does everything you want it to do. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I like it. I like it a lot. Recommended memory, 24-bit, which everything is loaded at 24-bit. It only takes up 14 gigs of RAM. Okay, so we have it's just a stereo sample set, so that means 2 channels, left and right, that's it. And it only takes up 14 gigabytes of RAM. Gigabytes, sorry, of RAM, which is not bad at all. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So if you've got a computer that doesn't have much RAM, much computing power, this would be a perfect instrument. It's got everything you need. It's got a big tuba. It's got shamads. Which are beautifully out of tune. It's got big swell reeds. And it's got a 32-foot reed, which makes a big battery sound. It's got a flute celeste, which, let's face it, every organ should have. Oh, sorry, I need that, don't I? Isn't that gorgeous? It's got comedy reeds. It's got everything you need. It's the Addams Family. It's got everything. Should you buy it? Yes, you should. And we should. There's a huge reason we should buy it, and that is to support Joshua and his ongoing endeavors. This is his 3rd instrument. He has said, oh, right, hold on. Now, check this out. From the conception of this sample set project, the goal has been to raise money for Washington Hebrew congregations' important charitable causes. As a result, 100% of the money generated from the sales of the sample set will be given to Washington Hebrew congregations' TOV fund to support and enhance the synagogue's social justice activities and provide critically needed resources to ensure the continuity of Washington Hebrew congregations' commitment to healing the world. So in other words, Joshua did all the work for this, and he's not seeing any of it. It's all going back to the congregation, and they are going to be using it to heal the world. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, in that case, definitely go and get it. Definitely go and get it. It's a wonderful instrument, and yes, I think Joshua should be supported in every way possible. It's lovely. Let's play some more music on it. While we're on the subject of Bernstein, let's play something soft on it. I played this the other day, but we're going to play it again because it should actually work rather beautifully on this. Now we need some solo-y stuff. Let's start out with that. No. Actually, start out with that. Yes, that's what we want. We need a kind of a solo-y sound here, so let's have that. And let's just quickly couple this down to here. I suppose we could couple that and get rid of that when we need it. All right, there we are. Let's have some, see if we can do some gentle, fun stuff here. I like it. I like it a lot. Wow. Nice, nice, nice. Maria von Leonard Bernstein there. 2 little West Side Story pieces tonight. Some fun and games. I like it. I like it. Joshua, thank you very much for sending me this instrument. Keep us updated on new projects you might have. It would always be rather grand to hear what's going on, and some other projects you have. Is there anything in the pipeline? Excuse the pun. Be good to know. And yeah, good luck for future projects, and good luck for your studies up in Harvard. My goodness me, you lucky guy. Not everybody gets to go to Harvard, eh? So congratulations on that, definitely. And good luck for everything else. A big round of applause for Joshua and his new organ over at Choral Pipes, everybody. Huge round of applause. Off you go. Yeah. Now, while you're going to do that, I'm going to take my headphones off. And I am going to... Oh, I have one very awesome instrument that I'm working on getting permission for. More details hopefully soon. Joshua, get in touch. Send me another email, or I'll send you an email. It'd be great to hear what kind of equipment you're using to record, particularly what microphones you're using. And yeah, don't forget, I'm a microphone expert, so maybe we can help each other out on that kind of thing. Let's go and have a little look through the chat and see who's all here tonight. Xenophone is here tonight, our Greek friend. Good evening. What's good evening in Kalispera, isn't it? Is that Kalispera? That's good evening, isn't it? I think it is. In Greek. Good evening to you. Julian GC is here. Lovely to see you. Robert Varner is here. Lonely Amongst Us is here. Good evening to you. Max Huber is here. Mike King is here. Ian Lavery is there. Hi, Ian. Alexander is here. Hi, Alexander. David is here. David. Johannes is here. Lovely, lovely. Anonymous is here. Urza is here. Good evening, my dear. So Limp is here from Poland. Oh, a nice new person. Hello, new person. That's lovely that you are here. Say hi again in the chat. Lovely that you are there. Jeff Ryle is here. Hi, Jeff. Choral Pipes is here. We know you're here. Splendid. Bridget is here with her funny name. There's Joe Humans, everybody. Hi, Joe. How are you doing, my dear friend? Ivy is here. Lovely Ivy is here. Right, I'm digging through the names, see if anyone... There's John Castle. Hi, John. I saw Jeff Ford was here as well. It's not just Jeff Rye, it's Jeff Ford as well. So good evening to you. There's Anonymous again. Gerhard Flink is here. Hi, Gerhard. Lovely, lovely. Mike King is here. Xing Chang Shong has just arrived. Good evening to you, my friend. Who else is here? Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Ah, splendid, splendid. Right. If you're in the chat and haven't said hello yet, then off you go. There's over 80 of you in the chat currently. Yellowbird is here. Tim was not here. He wasn't here the other day, and he's still not here today. That's Monty Python, that is. FB is here. Mike, we've already mentioned Mike. Stefan Albertshauser is here. Hi, Stefan Albertshauser. There's David Ross. There's Jack. Hi, Jack. How are you up to? How are you doing? What are you up to? Sorry, I'm very tired. It's been a long week. Yeah, lovely. Right. Lots of people here. What's that? LVGMH. Do you have a real name? Good evening to you. No idea who you are. Splendid, splendid. Right, jolly good. A lot of exciting people here. Have people been visiting the box office this evening? I don't know. Let's go and find out. Oh, no. And the answer? Not much. Hold on. Who's this then? Who's this? Alexander has visited the box office tonight. Jerry has visited the box office tonight. And Ian Lavery has visited the box office tonight. That's it so far. 3 people have been to the box office. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, without your help, none of these streams are possible. Over on Stripe, Jeff Ford has been adding to the Stripey stuff. Thank you very much, Jeff. And Yellowbird has bought some coffee, or tea in my case. Thank you very much to you. Very good. Huge omission from the wish list, and it's now been put back on the wish list. Yeah, there's another very important thing on the wish list that we forgot about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Right, new toy. Yes, new toy. Look here at the back. Battery. Battery. You can power it here using a normal power lead and all the rest of that. But if you're miles away from a socket somewhere, like you might be inside a big church, you're going to need a battery. I didn't consider that. So all of our equipment is very nice to have and very useful, but if we can't get hold of power in the buildings where we're recording, which is sometimes the case, believe it or not, we're solely reliant on battery power. Camera batteries on the wish list. Should you wish to help us out, I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much indeed. Gosh, the excitement of it all. Dan Eichmeyer is here. Hi, Dan. Dan, yes, it is a nice one. Haven't gotten a sample set in a while. I would definitely recommend it. Definitely, definitely. I'm going to do a series of all the sample sets I have. All the sample sets I have, and I do have rather a lot. And I'm going to give, not necessarily marks out of 10, not that kind of thing, but I'm going to sort of do a review of them, and I'm going to do a should you get them, should you consider them, or should you ignore them kind of thing. I mean, there are some brilliant sample sets out there that everyone should have. There are some okay sample sets out there that have a special purpose. Every single sample set has its purpose. But do we need them all? Are we all Gollum and we need to have everything? Some people would say yes. There's a few sample sets I have there that, well, I don't really use them because I don't necessarily have a use for them myself. Does that make sense? So it all depends. So we're going to look at all that kind of stuff soon. Right, I love it. We're going to stay in America tonight, and we are now going to leave Washington, and we are going to head off to, well, shall we say, I don't know, where shall we head to? Shall we head to St. Louis or shall we head to Detroit? Whichever you prefer. It's a Fox Wurlitzer, whichever you prefer, but these are rather wonderful instruments. Again, American. Gorgeous stuff. And yeah, let's see what we can do with this. We want these registrations here, though. Joshua, consider doing a theatre organ. Theatre organ sampling is incredibly difficult. So see if you can work that out. Now, we had a couple of very bizarre requests for this evening. I'm not sure if we can get them all in because we were looking at a new instrument tonight. So if you had a request for tonight and I'm not playing it, it will come on Sunday. Now, we've just been in Washington. Here's a piece of music called The Rose of Washington Square. Washington Square has got nothing to do with Washington. Washington Square is University of New York, as we all know. And if you don't know, I suggest you go and visit it. Here's a piece of music by Mr. Hanley and Mr. MacDonald. The Rose of Washington Square, 1920, if my Roman numerals don't deceive me. A request by a friend. Coral Pipes is working on finding a Wurlitzer, definitely a goal. Right, we are going to be keeping in touch, my friend. I may be able to help you. The Rose of Washington Square. Does anybody know that piece of music? Ooh, Stefan has chipped in on the ticket front. Thank you very much, Stefan. Very kind. 4 tickets have been sold this evening. I think that's a record low for this year. Are we going to continue on that? I'm sure we might. The wish list has been attacked by someone. Who? Someone, I don't know. Alexander has attacked the wish list. Thank you very much, Alexander. That's very kind. Wow. Moving forwards. Right. That was the fun for this evening so far. On to the more fun stuff. The absolutely more fun stuff. Oh, hold on a minute. Stop, Mr. G. We had, hold on. Ba-dum. Yes, we have a lovely request here from Stephen, wasn't it? Steve Rabb. Steve Rabb has requested this. Now, Steve Rabb has requested 2 pieces of music at the moment, and one of them I'm working on because it's bloody difficult to play on an organ. It's very nice to play on a piano. Maybe I'll do it on the piano. But this is much more my kind of thing, and it's a rather lovely piece of music. It's called If I Had a Girl Like You. Willie Galloway has joined the box office. Thank you very much, Willie Galloway. Very kind of you. If I Had a Girl Like You. This one is called, a guy called Rudy Valley. I recorded this 110 years ago. 1930 actually is the date of this. It's a rather lovely foxtrot. So off you go. Well, people are talking about sampling Notre Dame. Notre Dame cathedral organ should be sampled, considering we almost lost it forever. The French powers that be should allow it to be sampled. I know the Notre Dame organists. I know them personally. And unfortunately, it is very, very unlikely that that will ever happen, which is a shame. However, there are other organs in Paris. If I had a girl like you. Well, I have a girl like Vanessa, and she's the best. There's nobody better. Dusty DCM is here. Good evening, Dusty. Is your surname Miller? I'm willing to bet it is. I think we've had that before, haven't we? Yes, there you are. Willie Galloway's here. Ticket and like. Thank you for both of those. Thank you very much indeed. Splendid, splendid. I like it, I like it. Right, hold on. Let's just double check. I'm not missing out on anything over yonder. Yes, now there will be some other requests coming at some point, I dare say. But because we were introducing a new organ tonight, we're not getting all of them in. So we've had that. Let me just remove that so I can keep up here. We've had that. So let me remove that. And yes, all the other kind of stuff, that will come up very soon. So on Sunday we'll have some fun again. Sunday's going to be hymns from around the world again. And there's some lovely stuff actually on the list for that already. There's even some Mozart on the list. Yeah, David. It's David Miller. I should have recognized that from the photo, shouldn't I? Yeah, for some reason, I'm not sure why it's doing this. We had this a couple of weeks back, or a couple of months back, where YouTube changed everybody's names to, I'm not even sure what that is. They changed them all completely, rather weird. And for a while it changed back, and now it's doing this again. So I don't know, it's beyond my control. I can't do anything about it. This is Google or YouTube itself that does that. So I'm sorry about that. But it means we get to know all your nicknames, so that's rather cool. Yes, if your nickname is Dusty, it means your surname is Miller, because a miller is someone who's always covered in dust. Get it? Because he's milling flour all the time. Remember that? Yes? The good old-fashioned nicknames. You don't have do people have nicknames anymore? My nickname at school was Badger, because I wore tweed suits and had a big grey stripe across the top of my head. It was a badger from Wind in the Willows. I don't think it was because I smelt like a badger. Maybe it's because I was tight as a badger's arse. That's also possible. But no, my nickname was Badger because I had a grey stripe across my head. I went grey at 15. Yes, the genetics of my family. And yeah, you know, kids we were at school with, they all had wonderful nicknames because it's, you know, either it was their names. You know, there was a guy called Chalky. He was called Chalky because his surname was White. Is white as chalk, so you know Chalky was white. What was his name again? What was his first name? I can't remember what his first name was, but he was just Chalky because his surname was White. That's the way that worked. The guy across the road from us was Dusty because their family name was Miller. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. My nickname at grade school was Mr. Spock. Was that because of the hair, or the ears, or the eyebrows, or the logic, or a mixture of the above? Yeah. We should do it. We should do an evening where we all have our nicknames. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? We love our nicknames. Why didn't I switch that off, or did it switch itself off? It probably did. Right. On with the show. Ballady time. Lovely soft slushy ballad time, and we're going to have very soft and gentle sounds in this Wurlitzer for this wonderful piece of music from 1926 or 7. Rogers and Hart wrote this, and it's called My Heart Stood Still, celebrating all those of you who have had various heart problems over the years. Sorry, that was in bad taste, wasn't it? My heart stood still. That's happened to me a few times in my life. Once, only literally, but several times metaphorically. All the fun of the fair. Final couple of numbers now, and we're going to have some fun here. I suggest you get up and start dancing for this one. This is a very old piece of music from Clarence Williams. Clarence Williams, da-dum-dum-dum-da-dum. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. This is a kind of sort of, this is sort of the precursor, I suppose, to the kind of, oh, thank you, by the way, it's tasting beverage night again tonight. All the fun of the fair. This is keys this in, actually, it's in the minor key, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. A precursor to the Charleston of the 20s. This is all the fun and games, the dance crazes of the 20s. And this was back in 1917, so they hadn't even started yet. This is one of the first ones ever. Shimmy Sha Wobble, it's called. Clarence Williams, back in the good old days. Shimmer, she wobble, boodum, badum. The good old shimmer, she wobble from the good old days. All the fun of the fair. Those are good old tunes. I think we're going to have to do, because we mentioned it, we're going to have to do the Charleston. And I need the music, believe it or not, for the verse. Because nobody ever plays the verse, which I think is a shame, because the verse is the best bit of it. Get up. Start scraping your knees about and get going with the old Charleston, made in South Carolina. 1923, James P. Johnson. The Charleston. That, ladies and gentlemen, finishes up this evening's entertainment. I hope you've had some fun this evening. I had a lot of fun this evening with our new organ over on Coral Pipes there, the Washington Hebrew congregation. Definitely an instrument going and checking out, worth going to check out. Yeah, and then a spot of Wurlitzer goodies for the end. So, see you all on Sunday night, for Sunday night is organ music night. Hymns from around the world, so if you have favourite hymns, send them over. Requests at the usual place. And yeah, don't forget to include a PDF of the score if you can. It makes life a lot easier on the night. Thank you for chipping in on the wish list. Thank you for buying a couple of virtual tickets this evening, folks. See you all on Sunday. I hope you have a good weekend. Until then, night night, everybody. See you then. What shall we finish up with tonight? Hmm.